$15,000 for a week with a hot guy. But the ending of this story is something you never saw coming. If you don't watch till the end, you're missing a shocking secret. Neon lights flicker, bass-heavy music fills the air, and dollar bills scatter across the stage. ANORA, Ani Mikeva, a young Russian-American stripper, moves effortlessly, her gaze sweeping over the wealthy clientele. This is just another night at the club until she locks eyes with Ivan Vanya Zakharov, the spoiled son of a Russian oligarch. Slouched in his VIP booth, he barely looks up from his phone. But something about Ani catches his attention. Vanya, who's supposed to be studying in the US, spends his time partying, wasting his father's fortune, and playing video games in his Brooklyn mansion. Tonight, he hires Ani for a private session, but it doesn't end there. He becomes obsessed with her. The next day, he makes an outrageous offer, $15,000 to spend a week with me as my girlfriend. Ani is skeptical. What's the catch? But the money is too good to turn down, so she takes the deal. What begins as a business deal quickly spirals into something unexpected. Vanya, reckless yet charming, showers Ani with affection, extravagant gifts, and promises of a future together. They roam through the neon-lit streets of New York, drink champagne in his mansion, and lose themselves in the moment. Then out of nowhere, he makes an insane suggestion. Let's get married. Ani laughs at first. He can't be serious. But Vanya insists, swearing he's in love with her. And within hours, they elope in a tiny, dimly lit chapel. Ani, unsure but hopeful, takes the leap. That very night, as they lie in bed, Vanya casually drops a bombshell. This might help me get a green card so I don't have to go back to Russia. Ani's world shatters. Was this all a game? A legal loophole for him? But instead of walking away, she makes a bold choice. I won't run. I'm your wife now. She quits her job, determined to make their marriage work. But Ani has no idea that she just started a war she can't win. Galina, Vanya's powerful and ruthless mother, is furious. She orders Toros, a fearsome enforcer, to fix the situation. Toros sends his men, Garnik and Igor, to confront Ani and Vanya at their Brooklyn mansion. But there's a problem. Vanya is gone. He has vanished into the city, partying, avoiding responsibility as always. When the enforcers arrive, Ani is alone. What follows is brutal. They mock her, humiliate her, calling her a prostitute. But Ani doesn't back down. She fights back, smashing furniture, screaming, clawing at them. But she's outnumbered. The fight ends with her pinned down, defeated. Toro steps forward, ice cold as ever. $10,000. Sign the annulment. Walk away. Ani hesitates. She's not giving up that easily. We have to find Vanya. If she can talk to him, maybe, just maybe, she can salvage something from this mess. While Ani is desperately searching for her husband, Vanya is getting a lap dance from another stripper. Drunk, careless, laughing like nothing has happened. When Ani finally finds him, she's furious. She begs him to listen, to understand how serious this is. But he just shrugs. Then, the final blow. The marriage can't be annulled that easily. Nevada law complicates things. Galina, realizing this, flies to the US herself. If the law won't fix this problem, she will. Ani is dragged to Las Vegas once more. She tries to assert herself, speaking Russian, trying to prove she's more than just a gold digger. Nikolai, Vanya's father, watches her with quiet amusement. But Galina, she doesn't care. She gives Vanya the final push he needs. This was a mistake, he tells Ani coldly. Ani, devastated, but still fighting, plays her last card. There was no prenup. She threatens a long, ugly divorce. But Galina isn't fazed. You have no idea who you're up against. Ani finally realizes she's fighting a battle she will never win. Ani signs the annulment. It's over. But before she leaves, she turns to Vanya and delivers one last brutal truth. One day, you'll realize power means nothing without love. Annie walks away, head held high. She may have lost the battle, but she refused to be broken. As she prepares to leave, Igor, the same enforcer who once held her down, does something unexpected. He returns her wedding ring. Was my birthday yesterday, he admits. For the first time in this entire nightmare, Annie sees a glimpse of real humanity. She lets down her guard, just for a second. She clutches the ring, the last symbol of a life that could have been, and breaks down in Igor's arms. Her story isn't over, not by a long shot, but she's walking away on her own terms. From my perspective, ANORA is an intense, fast-paced story about survival, power, and the illusion of love. Annie goes from being a hopeful dreamer to a woman who realizes that wealth and privilege mean nothing without real human connection. The movie keeps you hooked with its tension, unexpected turns, and Annie's relentless fight for dignity. She may not have won the fairy tale ending, but she walked away stronger, and that, to me, is a victory.